Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today, we are at one of the most southern part of Singapore at Seah Food Center because of this. Also this, and definitely this. So, join me in the hottest food center in Singapore, and I'll explain to you why when we get back. How to get there? From the Harbourfront MRT station on the Northeast line, once you get out the gantry, you turn right and you'll see there's a long walkway. You just need to walk along this walkway all the way towards the end. That's right, walk all the way towards the end. That's what you need to do. Because walkways are for walking and you have legs, or if you are a robot you have wheels. Anyway, walk all the way to the end. At the end you turn left because you're actually looking for exit A for America. Yes, and keep walking along this underground walkway, underground path, and at the end of it you see there's a escalator heading up. Guess what? You're taking the escalator up all the way to the top. So we're going to reach the top soon, and that's where you need to be because you're going to get out of exit A, which is this place here, and continue walking straight. Okay, beside you there is a car park, quite a big car park, and beside the car park is actually Mount Faber. Okay, so there's a pathway here which is a sheltered pathway. Keep walking along the sheltered pathway. Beside you on your left is actually Telok Belanga Road, and then directly below you now is actually the bus stop. Okay, so keep walking straight, following the path, following the sheltered walkway, and you have reached Seah Food Center. Okay, so the first thing we're going to try now is this place called Tian Niang Tofu. Basically, what they sell is they're selling Yong Tau Fu, and there's always a queue for the Yong Tau Fu because the Yong Tau Fu is actually not too bad. So you can either eat it with soup together with rice like this, or you can eat it together with noodles. For me, I opted neither. So this is the Yong Tau Fu itself. Basically, they come in a set. You can't really choose which items you want. So this is the deep fried one, and then the other side is actually the soup version. So basically, Yong Tau Fu is basically tofu, which various kind of tofu stuff. They sometimes stuff fish or prawn paste or certain items, or this is a fish ball, into the, or meat into the beancurd itself, and then they either deep fry it and then you serve it together with a chili sauce and a sweet sauce. This time they put it together. So the one on the left is the sweet sauce, on the right is the chili paste. So basically this is the Yong Tau Fu dish. It's quite good. If you like Yong Tau Fu, this is a good place to try. It's quite delicious. You won't regret it. Really, you won't. Earlier I mentioned that this is one of the hottest food centers in Singapore, and I'm going to explain to you why soon. But before that, maybe you would like to look around and see why it is. But it's not because of these things that hang around, which are supposed to be birds, which are supposed to be like scarecrows to scare away all the birds, but it doesn't seem to be doing the job because their birds are still around, still pecking at people's empty bowls. But the reason why I call this place the hottest food center, first of all, is the low ceiling. Normal food centers, if you look at all my other videos, the ceilings are actually quite high, whereas over here the ceilings are quite low. So if it's the hot Asian sun, Southeast Asian sun hits the roof, it's going to be very hot roof and it's going to radiate into the food center itself. And also across the road, you can see that there's a highway, and behind the highway there's buildings, and behind this building there's also another 2 more buildings, and after that is the sea. So basically you are being blocked from the sea breeze on the back, and then if you look all the way to the other side of the food center, you are actually seeing that there's actually a bus interchange here, and behind the bus interchange is actually Mount Faber. So the ventilation of sea breeze doesn't come through, and so this is if you come here during the heat radiating off the roof, and the heat coming from all the fires from cooking the food will make this place a oven, and that's why I call this place the hottest food center in Singapore. Next shop is actually called Aspirasi. This is a shop that is a Muslim shop, a Malay shop that sells chicken rice. So you can either have normal fried chicken together with a normal chicken rice, or fried rice, or you can have sambal chicken rice. You also can have ayam penyet, but the star of the show is actually these crispy bits. Basically, after you order your dish, when it comes out, there's a container there which you can take as much as you want, free flow, and that is what makes this shop famous, and also make what the food tastes delicious because of these crispy bits. Not only do they add in a crunchy texture to the rice, but they also add in a lot of flavor to the food itself. So this is why this shop is so popular. The chicken is also not too bad. It's actually the chicken is actually fried quite well, but I do say that the crispy bits, which is actually quite fine, but adds in a lot of flavor and a lot of texture to the food, and actually makes the food quite yummy. So if you do come down here, and you don't mind oily food, this is a highly recommended shop to try. Next up is Cheng Chao Xian Mian Jian. Anyway, basically this shop sells Hokkien Mee and also oyster omelette, but I find that what they are good at doing is selling Hokkien Mee. Hokkien Mee itself is not an easy dish to do. It's very a lot of hard work goes to making the dish. Okay, so this is the dish itself. As you can see, it's slightly different from the normal Hokkien Mee in that the sauce itself. The sauce, as you can see here, is actually a dark brown and not white or clear like other places. So, and when you taste it, you can actually taste that there's actually, he puts in soy sauce into his seafood stock. So the seafood stock flavor is not very strong, but you have more of a soy sauce flavor to it, but it is still very delicious, quite yummy. And the sambal, once you mix in the sambal, it takes the flavor profile up a notch and makes it much more flavorful. So don't forget to ask for the sambal. and mix it well. Only problem is that the sotong is a bit overcooked. Other than that, very good, very nice. One thing about this food center is that half of the stalls here actually cater to sell halal food, and a lot of the food here sold is actually Muslim, Indian Muslim food. And one of the food they sell is this one here, rojak, Indian rojak. So basically, they have a variety of items in dough. I mean, maybe a dough stick, you know, with stuffed with potato or with prawn, or it could be a meat sausage, it could be a meat roll, you know, so many different things they, you know. So basically you choose, then they will deep fry it for you, and then you eat it together with the rojak sauce, which is beside it, which is very red. One thing about Indian Muslim food in Singapore is they like to dye their food this hellish reddish color. And this is a tempeh, which is a fermented soybean beans. Okay, so they like to dye it this reddish color. Not only the sauce, their food, I mean, they also do the noodles in that way. And so basically, if you want to try the food, you can come here and try. Another one here, this is murtabak, and this is roti john, and this is a naan. They also sell prata, you know, with egg or whichever other items. And this is actually a mutton steak. Basically, what they have is they have the mutton bits. You cook it together with cabbage, onions, chili, and then you put in this god awful reddish dye coloring with chili. Yeah, so there's a lot of it's quite nice, but you can come here and try the Muslim Indian food here. Thank you for joining me for my food adventure here at Seah Food Center. This is a food center that has a few good food, and if you do come here, try it. And most important thing, if you like what you see, like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to join me for my next food adventure with Getting Lost. Thank you very much, and bye bye.